Section 1 of Sea Change. This is a LibriVox recording. All LibriVox recordings are in the public domain. For more information, or to volunteer, please visit LibriVox.org. Sea Change by Muna Lee. The Singer, read by Newgatenovelist. I would sing with my lips to the lips of a seashell. I would sing to the thrush and the cardinal bird. I would sing though the singing breezes heard me, though the tall field grasses and light rains heard. For I have a song is fit for the singing, and a theme unmatched till the world be done, though never a heart on the wide earth heed it, but mine and another one. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain. The Thought of You by Muna Lee, read for LibriVox.org by Newgatenovelist. The thought of you is taller than the sunset, flaming up above the world's crumbling edges. The thought of you is shyer than the lizard in a cleft of the limestone ledges. The thought of you is wilder than the wild birds, whose only joy is in their own wild flying. The thought of you is lovelier than starlight, and sadder than a young child's dying. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain. The Stars Are Coloured Blossoms by Muna Lee, read for LibriVox.org by Newgatenovelist. The stars are coloured blossoms on a storm-shaken tree, the moon a wanton shepherdess that wanders apart. Night spreads out before us like a dark gleaming sea, and this glamour of the moonlight is a thing to shake the heart. I cannot flee beyond you, you are waiting when I come, companion of the far white moon, comrade of the dew. I shiver in the moonlight, though my lips are sealed and dumb, my heart is torn asunder with desire and fear of you. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain. My Dreams of You Are Sombre in the Twilight by Muna Lee, read for LibriVox.org by Newgatenovelist. My dreams of you are sombre in the twilight, as a hedge of bramble growing interlaced, a dusky, straggling hedge with scarlet berries, sharp to the touch and bitter to the taste. My songs to you fly out above my garden, careless how their weary course is run. Aimlessly they drift about in circles, or shift and veer before the low red sun. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain. The Little White Flower by Muna Lee, read for LibriVox.org by Newgatenovelist. I can forget so much at will, that first walk in the snow, the violet bed on the wet spring hill, the song we both loved so, even the rapture of love's magic hour, even the anguish of love's disdain. But never, the little white flower we found one day in the rain. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain. The Blackbirds Fly Before the Cold by Muna Lee, read for LibriVox.org by Newgatenovelist. The blackbirds fly before the cold, the painted grosbeaks go. Not any tanager is so bold as to brave the snow. There's a look of storm about the skies, there's trouble in the west, and love, who's old and very wise, love flies off with the rest. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain. Melilot by Moona Lee. Read for LibriVox.org by Newgatenovelist. Behind the house is the millet plot, and past the millet the stile, and then a hill where Melilot grows with wild chamomile. There was a youth who bade me goodbye, where the hill rises to meet the sky. I think my heart broke, but I have forgot all but the scent of the white Melilot. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain. Song by Moona Lee. Read for LibriVox.org by Newgatenovelist. What is love like? The wind that tears great temples down? Ah, no, the cruelest wind leaves some few stones behind. What is love like? The roar and anger of a tempest-ridden sea? Ah, no, the angriest sea cast back some bits of wreckage to the shore. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain. As Helen Once by Moona Lee. Read for LibriVox.org by Newgatenovelist. The east unrolled a sheet of gold, gold for river and flower and limb. As Helen once to Paris was I to him. All things gold fade grey and old, even the sun of love grows dim. As Helen now to Paris is, am I to him. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain. Lips You Were Not Anhungered For by Moona Lee. Read for LibriVox.org by Newgatenovelist. Lips you were not anhungered for, and those that won your praises, a century hence will blossom out in careless purple daisies. Eyes that smiled lightly into yours, and eyes that wept for you. Ah, soon not love himself might know the brown eyes from the blue. For even he will come to dust, and even longing passes, that crumbling flesh may feed the growth of the hungry rooted grasses. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain. When We Shall Be Dust in the Churchyard by Moona Lee. Read for LibriVox.org by Newgatenovelist. When we shall be dust in the churchyard, in 20 years, in 50 years, who will remember you kissed me once? Who will be grieved for our tears? The locust tree will have grown taller, the old walks will be hidden with grass, and past our quiet graves may go straying a youth with an arm round his lass. And the bee that shall suck your grave flowers, meadowsweet, flag, columbine, may pause in his swift journey to taste of the honey from mine. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain. I Am So Glad That You Are Dead by Moona Lee, read for LibriVox.org by Newgatenovelist. I am so glad that you are dead. I sing to you when the stars swing low, and though I sang till dawn grew red, you still must hear, you could not go. You are contented, being dead, you who were used to wander far. Now I plant flowers at your head, and steal out nightly where you are. Now it is I can go over sea, and though I stayed till years were sped, you would lie peaceful, waiting me. I am so glad that you are dead. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain. Survival by Moona Lee, read for LibriVox.org by Newgatenovelist. There would be no this year's flower there if we went back. They have ploughed the anemones and blew its under. Wheat grows down to the track. The stream is widened and dammed across. There's a house on the hill. There is nothing left of the spring we found there, wild and still. It is all changed, as you and I, changed and torn away. But cool and fragrant and fresh as rain is the song I made that day. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain. Now Have I Conquered by Moona Lee, read for LibriVox.org by Newgatenovelist. Now have I conquered that which made me sad, the passion and the anguish and regret. Yes, I have conquered it. And yet, the moaning of the doves will drive me mad. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain. Dirge by Moona Lee, read for LibriVox.org by Newgatenovelist. Though you should whisper of what made her weep, she would not hear you, she is asleep. Though you should taunt her with ancient heartbreak, she would not listen, she is awake. Passion would find her too cold for dishonor, candles beside her, roses upon her. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain. April Wind by Moona Lee, read for LibriVox.org by Newgatenovelist. The windflowers fluttered purple and white, the maple leaves blossomed with sun, the red bud blazed from the winding creek, and the willow's loose hair was undone. And because I was in love with the sun and the wind, and the spring blooming strange and new, I stopped on the wind-ruffled crest of the hill, and lifted my lips to you. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain. I Remember You Because of a Grassy Hill by Moona Lee, read for LibriVox.org by Newgatenovelist. I remember you because of a grassy hill, where the violets grew thicker than the grass, and through my memory flames and whistles still a flock of red-winged blackbirds we watched pass. Because of a rain-filled night I remember you, and a tree we came on suddenly in the fall, and a vague horizon that broke and foamed in blue. But I do not remember any words of yours at all. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain. I Shall Not Sing Again of Love by Muna Lee, read for LibriVox.org by Newgatenovelist. I shall not sing again of love, I weary of the old unrest, but like a hangman, love has set his crimson emblem on my breast. But like a hangman, love has placed his crimson seal my heart above. Yea, I am wearied with old pain, I shall not sing again of love. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain. I Have Had Enough of Glamour by Muna Lee, read for LibriVox.org by Newgatenovelist. I have had enough of glamour, of dawn and violet dusk and stars, of crimson banners flaming and floating over vague and perilous wars. I am tired of moonlight and water, of the violins and bugles of youth. I have had romance and proud pale sorrow, now I should like the truth. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain. A Woman's Song by Muna Lee, read for LibriVox.org by Newgatenovelist. This is my wrong, if wrong I have done you, I who had all to give, and would have showered all on you, that love might teach us to live. When you asked for a loaf of my baking, and a bit of blossomy spray, gave only these for your taking, and hid the rest away. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain. Choice by Muna Lee, read for LibriVox.org by Newgatenovelist. I set on this barren board, yours is the choice, not mine, the bread and leeks for your hunger's ease, the unacknowledged wine. No protests, no demands, always there shall be the driftwood fire that warms your hands, the stars you will not see. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain. Harvest by Muna Lee, read for LibriVox.org by Newgatenovelist. I sowed my thought like a seed, upsprung a noxious weed. I shall sow my thought again, a flower may be the mead. My thoughts are harsh and cold, the soil is worn and old. What if maribads should rise and turn the earth to gold? End of poem. This recording is in the public domain. Gifts by Muna Lee, read for LibriVox.org by Newgatenovelist. These are but words, and I have more than these to give you. I have moments to give you, delicate as fern leaves, cloudy and clear as quartz, coloured like rose hips and wild grasses, various as the infinite rain. I have hours to give you, like stretches of shell-strewn beach, the sea within sight, within sound, and hours when there are no shells, no beach, but only sea. I have years to give you. These are but words. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain. Imprisoned by Moona Lee. Read for LibriVox.org by Newgatenovelist. 1. Do not chafe at your bonds, dear. It is only my heart that holds you. That is easily broken. 2. I was sent from a far country that I might bear one message. You will neither hear it nor let me return. 3. I thought love would come gloriously, with the blare of trumpets and ruffle of silver bugles, lighting the night with his pageantry, and I found him in two sad eyes, so tired they could not look on mine. 4. In our town there are painted wooden houses, one dusty park, and I. Each year we grow more faded, more hopeless, more alike, the houses, the park, and I. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain. You Who Hear Only the Words by Moona Lee. Read for LibriVox.org by Newgatenovelist. 1. You who hear only the words saying I love you, know of my love, what a tree splashed with white foam knows of the salt bitterness of the sea. 2. No, I do not love you. 100 times I have slain my love for you, and left it dead 100 times. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain. Release by Moona Lee. Read for LibriVox.org by Newgatenovelist. I would have borne a long torture of the flesh for you, would have given my body like grass. But unending torment of the spirit I cannot give. My pain past with the blossoming of the first blue morning glories. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain. The Confidante by Moona Lee. Read for LibriVox.org by Newgatenovelist. Has no one a gift to bring to you, my heart, so wearied, so listless? Why, I shall sing to you, my heart, I. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain. Spring and November by Moona Lee. Read for LibriVox.org by Newgatenovelist. Spring, and in my heart a root long buried puts forth a delicate frond. November, the leafless branches fall in long grey shadows across my heart. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain. Amparo by Moona Lee. read for LibriVox.org by Newgatenovelist. I felt that if I had been on a hilltop and might have flung my arms suddenly about a pine, there had not been such thunder on the wind. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain. The Host by Moona Lee, read for LibriVox.org by Newgatenovelist. Many is free to happiness who has the pence to pay, and many are feasted by happiness whom grief would turn away. Oh, I walk as one apart on this night, and proud in my heart am I, for it's grief who ran and clung to me, and would not let me by. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain. Out of My Turbulent Days by Moona Lee, read for LibriVox.org by Newgatenovelist. Out of my turbulent days, out of grey grief and black wrong, out of the passion and stress, I shall make me a song. I shall make it light as a bird, as free and as bold, so it may tell me what youth was when I have grown old. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain. Yellow Leaves by Moona Lee, read for LibriVox.org by Newgatenovelist. This makes of my anguish an idle thing, and a trifle of my grief, to follow the flight amid falling leaves of a falling leaf. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain. The Yellow Daisies by Moona Lee, read for LibriVox.org by Newgatenovelist. I had believed love vast and tragic, surging music heard afar, something misty, mystic, glamorous, dim and lofty as a star. We have found out love together, all my empty dreaming done, sturdy as the yellow daisies growing in the sun. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain. A Song of Happiness by Moona Lee, read for LibriVox.org by Newgatenovelist. So many folk are happy folk, the feathered folk and furred, and many a kindly glance I've had, and many a brisk bright word, from squirrel and from grey field mouse, from cardinal and blackbird. It's only folk within the wood can know my happiness. I did not tell my secret, but I heard the robins guess. Even the golden minnow knows beneath the watercress. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain. Apple Boughs by Moona Lee, read for LibriVox.org by Newgatenovelist. We had an apple tree curved for our tent, we had wild grasses heaped for our bed, and we saw a red, impossible moon hang like an apple overhead. We watched the leaves change from dusk to grey, then the wing of the shadow brushed our brows, and from dreamless slumber we woke to see dawn through apple boughs. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain. New Birth by Moona Lee. Read for LibriVox.org by Newgatenovelist. Their branches still rent from the cold, cleft deep where the heavy frosts came. Each storm-twisted tree flings its scarf to the breeze, and tosses aloft its green flame. My heart's not so wise as the hills, my heart's not so old as a tree, and I cannot sing for remembering the pain that was heavy as winter on me. When I have known storm after storm, when I have grown dulled, being old, then I may forget and be glad of this spring, though it follows so close on the cold. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain. Foreword by Moona Lee. Read for LibriVox.org by Newgatenovelist. What other form were worthy of your praise but this lute voice, mocking the centuries in many a silvery phrase that hallowed is by love not faltering with length of days? A lute that I have little worth to raise and little skill to sound, yet not amiss your love may find it, since my heart in this only one thing for your heart only says. These are no perfect blossoms I offer you, no rose whose crimson cup all longing slakes, not moonflowers, sunflowers, flowers bold of hue, nor silver lilies mystical with dew, no more than bluets, blown when April takes millions of them to make one meadow blue. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain. These Things I Know by Moona Lee. Read for LibriVox.org by Newgatenovelist. These things I know. There is a lazy square, and a cathedral huger than a hill, massive and spacious, opulent and still, with Saint Editha smiling downward where a poet lies among the shadows there. Beyond a bridge that spans a shallow rill are almond trees, and then white crosses fill a cemetery mounting like a stair. Past the cathedral lags a narrow street where stands a haunted house, and then the sea, with tamarinds that tower near the shore. South is an Indian village. There are sweet, strange fruits and flowers, vivid and dear to me. Had I been there, I could not love it more. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain. I Have Been Happy by Moona Lee. Read for LibriVox.org by Newgatenovelist. I have been happy. Let the falcon fly and follow swiftly where the light wings were. Let him bring down the reckless wanderer, snatch back that eager rapture from the sky. And I have been contented. Let me cry my discontent, until like reeds astir before the swift, the tragic whisperer, broken are these frail dreams that satisfy. I have known a laughter, make me blind with tears. I have loved silence, make me deaf with sound. For every joy set vengeful grief above. I will not shrink before the threatening years, I will not falter, I will not give ground, and I will love as you would have me love. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain. I make no question of your right to go, by Muna Lee, read for LibriVox.org by Newgatenovelist. I make no question of your right to go. Rain and swift lightning, thunder and the sea, sand and dust and ashes are less free. Follow all paths that wings and spread sails know. Unheralded you came, and even so, if so you will, you may take leave of me. Yours is your life, and what you will shall be. I ask no questions, hasten or be slow. But I who would not hold you, I who give your freedom to you with no word to say, and, watching quietly, with my prayers all dumb, speed you to any life you choose to live, shall ask God's self, incredulous, some day, why in the name of Christ he let you come. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain. I have 1,000 pictures of the sea, by Muna Lee, read for LibriVox.org by Newgatenovelist. I have 1,000 pictures of the sea, snatches of song and things that travellers say. I know its glimmerings from green to grey. At dawn and sunset it is real to me. Like something known and loved for years will be that sight of it, when I shall come some day where little waves and great waves war and play, and little winds and great winds fly out free. Of love I made no pictures. Love would come like any casual guest whom I could greet serenely, and serenely let depart. Love that came like fire and struck me dumb, that came like wind and swept me from my feet, that came like lightning shattering my heart. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain. Life of itself will be cruel and hard enough, by Muna Lee, read for LibriVox.org by Newgatenovelist. Life of itself will be cruel and hard enough. There will be pain and loss enough to bear, battles to wage, sorrow and tears to share. We must know grief and the salt taste thereof, must mark the shadow towering above, must shut our eyes to gain the strength to dare, and force tired hearts to face the noise and glare, though it is dusk and silence that we love. Life has no need of stones that we might heap to build up walls between, no need of tears that we seek out, and proudly make our own. O my beloved, since we have alone these brief hours granted from the hurrying years, be patient, life itself will make us weep. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain. There have been many Junes with larkspur blowing, by Muna Lee. Read for LibriVox.org by Newgatenovelist. There have been many Junes with larkspur blowing, many Octobers with crimson-berried haws, when from the heart regret like smoke withdraws, wreath after wreath, to watch the sunrise glowing, or see tall poplars make so brave a showing against pale skies at twilight. There were no flaws to mar the summer for me, never pause in my delight for winds and waters flowing. yet was all beauty, beauty uncompleted, vaguely perceived, not truly heard and seen, or seen as are the hills with mist between, or heard as song thin echoes have repeated, until you gave earth meaning, giving me the love that lifts the heart to hear and see. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain. For an hour I looked on love as Moses might, by Muna Lee, read for LibriVox.org by Newgatenovelist. For an hour I looked on love as Moses might have gazed from Pisgah, there before his feet, hills red with fruit and valleys brown with wheat, his desert dreams made veritable to sight, so no man could deny them. From the height viewing the land which others should find sweet, he knew the years of wandering complete. Canaan was there. Now he could face the night. There where the lakes had comforted his thirst before the rock gushed water. There the land, whose vision flowering from the desert sand, had kept him stalwart while his dreams were cursed. Its wealth be theirs who had doubted it, enough for him to have stood 1 hour in sight thereof. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain. You Have Not Known the Autumns I Have Known by Muna Lee, read for LibriVox.org by Newgatenovelist. You have not known the autumns I have known. November for you has bloomed as bright as spring, with tropic suns to glow and birds to sing, and flowers more vivid than mine in August blown. You have made besides those autumns half your own, that come with ice and sleet and wind, to sting the blood itself to ruddy blossoming, such autumns as the bleak north knows alone. My autumns are merely quiet, and they show straight limbs that are bared alike of leaves and snow, yet it is only thus you can know the trees. Love proud enough to forego bloom and song, to strip the bough of foliage, bare and strong to bide your judgment, would be most like these. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain. No Love Can Quite Forego the Battlefield by Muna Lee, read for LibriVox.org by Newgatenovelist. No love can quite forego the battlefield, since life is struggle, and life and love are one. No soul is quiet and sheltered enough to shun the tireless foes at work to make love yield. Not flower and samite, but lance and shield were dower of love, not wreath but gonfalon, and while the bitter struggle is unwon, not even to faith is all the truth revealed. Each heart its own most dreaded foe must meet, each heart its own conspiracies must lay, and fight what it finds hardest to defeat. Mine is it to meet doubt in serried mass, stronger and subtler with each toilsome day, yet steel my soul to swear they shall not pass. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain. It Were Easiest to Say by Muna Lee, read for LibriVox.org by Newgatenovelist. It were easiest to say, the moon and lake made wizardry, How could we see aright? That was a world unreal in silver light, and we were lovers for the moment's sake. It was youth spoke in us, quick to mistake earth lamp for dawn, the mirage for true sight, hailing a hill crest as the long-sought height, swearing such oaths as honours us to break. That were far easiest. Then no regret could chill a heart grown happy to forget, nor touch a soul that sophistries sufficed. There was a man once, in a hall of trial, thrice before cock-crow uttered such denial, and knows forever that he denied the Christ. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain. It Will Be Easy to Love You When I Am Dead by Moona Lee, read for LibriVox.org by Newgatenovelist. It will be easy to love you when I am dead, shadowed from light and shut away from sound, held deeper than the wild roots underground, when nothing can be changed and no more said. All will be uttered then, beyond the dread of failure in you or me. I shall have found most perfect quietness to wrap me round, where I can dream while all time's years are sped. But now life roars about me like a sea, sears me like flame, is thunder in my ears. There is no time for song, no space for tears, and every vision has forsaken me. In a world earthquake shaken, lightning charred, love is the hardest where all things are hard. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain. Along My Ways of Life You Never Came by Moona Lee, read for LibriVox.org by Newgatenovelist. Along my ways of life you never came. You would be alien to the paths I take. These orchards never reddened for your sake. This larkspur never rustled with your name. Startled alike by sound and sudden flame, swept centreward like clouds when tempests break, we knew such unity as storms may make, before returning calm shows earth the same. I am not I who come back to old ways, not I, but what a dream has made of me, beyond earth's power to alter or undo. And if I must walk quietly all my days, as once I walked, content that this should be, God must remake the world, or me, or you. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain. Song in the Hills by Moona Lee, read for LibriVox.org by Newgatenovelist. My song is slight as words may be, and heedless as the breeze, light as the shining drops of rain that shake from the budded trees. And it will hardly still a grief, nor turn a heart from aching, but there's a windy hill that knows what joy was in its making. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain. Midwestern by Moona Lee, read for LibriVox.org by Newgatenovelist. Whatever Aprils I may know, April will always mean to me a wet bank dark with violets, a whitely blossoming locust tree, and the rough furrows of the plain could call me laughing from defeat remembering like a battle shout the lyric of the winter wheat. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain. Garden Song by Muna Lee, read for LibriVox.org by Newgatenovelist. These are yours, the marigolds, bitter-scented, good to see, 4 o'clock and lavender, rose and rosemary. The spiderwort I found afield, the foxglove from the hill, they bloom in tended plots for you, though wild bees haunt them still. Yours, the proud flowers along the paths, the shy flowers by the wall, but mine the grey-leaved verbena that has never bloomed at all. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain. Tropic Rain by Muna Lee, read for LibriVox.org by Newgatenovelist. The blue lagoon is a sudden grey, the tallest palm sways in the breeze, and petals in sodden purple heaps pile up beneath the china trees. Rose and hibiscus droop in rags, the swift drops splash against the wall, and on the courtyard's yellow tiles, one after one the almonds fall. Then the grey lagoon is a sudden blue, the downpour stops, the wind is dead, and from an oleander trunk a jet-black lizard lifts its head. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain. A Song of Dreams Come True by Muna Lee, read for LibriVox.org by Newgatenovelist. My love was born on a tropic coast, and I, far from the sea, but the ardent eyes of my lover know the dreams that came to me, when I longed for wide blue waters, and great winds flung out free. And the magic words of my lover are the songs I tried to sing, when my heart grew sick for green hilltops, in the midst of the arid spring, that brought no rain to the wheat stalks, nor brought me anything. He is tall as a palm, is my lover, as a flame tree, vivid is he. Dusk and fire is his utterance, and about and over me are the warm soft wings of the trade winds that blow from the tropic sea. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain. San Cristóbal by Muna Lee, read for LibriVox.org by Newgatenovelist. Vivid and still is the noon, the almonds forget the breeze, red flowers droop from the cactus hedge, red leaves from the mango trees. Incredibly blue is the sea, incredibly blue the sky, and above a wall 4 centuries old drifts a yellow butterfly. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain. Vendor of Green Coconuts by Muna Lee, read for LibriVox.org by Newgatenovelist. Day after day, bare-legged in the plaza, he squats by his coconuts, a jade-green mound, hacking the husks with a gleaming machete, tossing jade and ivory chips to the ground. Youth has slipped by him, he has not missed it. With monotonous gesture and eyes half asleep, he is only aware of the shining fragments and nuts piling up in a shaggy brown heap. A world has been gutted by fire and disaster, nations wasted to ashes, the while he has been, year after year, hacking and chopping dusky nuts from their sheaths of ivory and green. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain. Tropical Beach by Moona Lee. Read for LibriVox.org by Newgatenovelist. The month of spider lilies and the white antennae quiver in the sunlit air. In drifting clouds, the pale moths hover where no sweets were spread before for their delight. Over the sallow dunes and out of sight, the lilies crowd together as none would dare alone to challenge notice with all so fair, alone to shine out boldly with all so bright. Out from the lilies spreads a gleaming sea where the sun dazzles till the tired eyes yearn for blackbirds flying, for a stark bold tree. Such is the morning, such the afternoon, and with the dusk still must the eye discern ghosts of a million spiders in the moon. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain. Pomarrosal by Moona Lee. Read for LibriVox.org by Newgatenovelist. Ground fern brushed your knee as we passed them, tree fern drooped to my head, and the stream at the foot of the mountain rolled with the fern in its bed. Rose apples blossomed above us, white tasselled, poignantly sweet, and the rain piled crude fallen apples into jewelled heaps at our feet. Rose apples are leer and fulfilment, rose apples are fruit and are flower. The rain built its grey walls about us, the rose apples roofed us an hour. We went down through the tropic evening, when the grey rain had ceased to fall. But 1 hour we were gods on a hilltop, in a blossoming Pomarrosal. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain. The Flame Trees by Moona Lee. Read for LibriVox.org by Newgatenovelist. For I have reached a fairer place than I had hoped to find, with all the life that I had known a scroll cast off behind, and changed into a slighter thing, the torrent of old grief, than heavy waves that break in spray, white on the outer reef. And love so sure and joy so strong, that pain and sorrow are thinned to a little mist that cannot blur the flame trees in the wind. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain. The Cabbage Field by Moona Lee. Read for LibriVox.org by Newgatenovelist. Creatures of eld, the twisted willows stand, or bend to trail lean fingers in the brook. An uncouth fungus native to the land learns the dun farmer with his pruning hook. Before the willows spreads a bluish mist that makes more glamorous those warlock trees, and hazily, in mauve and amethyst, drift butterflies above the cabbages. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain. Barrier by Moona Lee. Read for LibriVox.org by Newgatenovelist. My little brother toad, I am afraid of you. a timid, helpless bit of life crouching in the dew. I love you with my heart, but I could not bear the clutch of your pitiful small hand, nor your grey skin's clammy touch. My little brother toad, you are afraid of me. We cannot ever learn to speak to one another. We start apart on meeting beneath the tolerant tree. Are you sorry as I am sorry, brother, little brother? End of poem. This recording is in the public domain. Morning in the Woods by Moona Lee, read for LibriVox.org by Newgatenovelist. That tree of swaying foliage and slender stem detached itself from the huddled mass of trees. There was a flutter of awakened birds, there was a sudden freshness on the breeze. Day came so quietly, darkness merely passed. Light merely spread and overreached the grey, unheralded by harsh colour, calm and pure, and we were glad that dawn had come that way. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain. The Seeker by Moona Lee, read for LibriVox.org by Newgatenovelist. I who had sought God blindly in the skies, listening for heaven to thunder forth my name, waiting for doves descending to my head, looking to see the bushes burst in flame, went from the temple with a weary throng of questions in my soul, and told my grief to the heart of the yellow flower, with a scent of citrus clinging to its pointed leaf. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain. End of Sea Change by Moona Lee. Thank you for listening.